So you're thinking of moving to Guelph, Ontario? In this video, we're going to take you through the neighborhood of Grange Hill, located in the east end of Guelph. We're going to take you through different homes, different price points to see what fits in your budget. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you my personal favorite, a real gem about why you should live in the Grange Hill neighborhood in East End, Guelph, Ontario. So if this is your first time to our channel and you want to know more about living in Guelph, Ontario, then be sure to hit the subscribe button or tap that bell so you can learn about the latest current market in Guelph, Ontario. My name is Anita Van Ritselaar and I am with the Guelph Area Living Team here in Guelph, Ontario. My partner Jenna and I get calls every single day from people just like you wanting to make a move to Guelph, and I can tell you we absolutely love it. So if you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, be sure to give us a call or shoot us a text or send us an email and we'll do everything we can to help you make that smooth move to Guelph, Ontario. So you're thinking about making a move to Guelph, Ontario, and you want to know more about the neighborhood of Grange Hill East? Well, here's a few things that I can share with you. If you look on a map, Grange Hill East is indeed the most easterly section of Guelph. But Guelph is more of a north to south city, so being on the east end does not mean we're that far away from the actual core downtown. For most people living in Grange Hill East, it's a 10-12 minute commute to downtown Guelph. Real estate wise, this is a community flush with every different kind of home. First-time home buyers could purchase a stacked townhome just under the $500,000 range, and we have homes that are well up to $1.5 to $1.75 million here. The thing that really describes Grange Hill East is family. Family. More than 50% of all residents here live in a family situation, and there are many, many cultures represented here in Grange Hill East. Statistics say over 100 different cultures live in Grange Hill East. Doesn't that make amazing community? The other thing that Grange Hill East attracts are people who appreciate parks, trails, reading, because we do have a local library, gardening, because there are the community gardens, and parks. Parks where the kids can go and play, but also in East End Guelph, in Grange Hill East, we have the amazing Pollinators Park. Pollinators Park is just a new enterprise in East End Guelph, and it attracts pollinators for one, but it's a very natural feeling. They also have wonderful family sports fields there, good parking, and a great location to enjoy. If I were to give you some of the hardcore real estate statistics, I could share with you the fact that Grange Hill East neighborhood always trends slightly lower than the average. That means if the average price in Guelph for a detached home is X, then Grange Hill East will be slightly less than X, making this neighborhood very attractive for every different type of buyer. So if our prices are slightly below average, that also means that our days on market would be above the average sell. Because our prices are slightly lower, real estate in East End Guelph tends to sell more quickly. What does that mean? Large selection. As I said, we can go from condos to fully detached homes, backing onto green space with walkout basements and legal apartments. So as you can see from some of the different amenities that we have here in Grange Hill East, from the wide variety of type of real estate offerings, this is a neighborhood that attracts a lot of people. Some might say that East End Guelph, Grange Hill East, is the #1 searched neighborhood in the city. Parks, great schools, affordability, large selection of different type of real estate that you can purchase, and just a great location from everything in Guelph. So let's get started with our neighborhood tour. And as usual, we're going to go and see 3 different types of properties in this neighborhood. An entry-level property, a mid-level property, and then a higher-end luxury property, so that you have an idea where homes in Grange Hill East would fit into your budget. So let's go! Hey, so we've arrived at the first location that we want to share with you. This is a wonderful complex. It could give you hassle-free condo living with some of the amenities, some of the comforts, and a ton of the pleasure of backing onto Peter Mazursky Park. So homes like this could either be stacked townhomes or bi-level condo-style homes. And as a first-time home buyer, you could get into this great neighborhood in East End Guelph, in Grange Hill of Guelph, for less than $500,000. That is a great first-time home price for you. So a little bit about these stacked townhomes. They come in 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or 3 bedroom, and they can be as large as 1,300 square feet. You could decide to have a view over to this beautiful area, or you could have a balcony over Peter Mazursky Park. The other cool thing, right next door, is there are garden plots. So as a home buyer without a yard, you could actually rent garden space and grow your own vegetables, your own produce, all of your own items. Now, you may not be a stacked home fan, so you could look at these quad complexes. There are 4 units per building. There are a couple of different buildings. Did you notice, like I noticed, that parking is right out front, that there are various different visitor spots? And as we drove through this complex, we noticed a lot of visitor parking. So this is a great amenity you don't often find in townhome complexes, but you have it here in this great community on Mountford. And then just steps away are 2 great amenities that your family will probably really appreciate. We have a dog park right next door. Did you know it's a leash-free park? And don't forget, a recently renovated and completely upgraded kids playground. Yeah, dogs and kids taken care of in these affordable townhomes and quads. Okay, so this was great. This was our first neighborhood we wanted to share with you. The next one, we're going to introduce to you kind of mid-level Grange Hill East End Guelph homes. So come along with us. So here we are at our second location, and over the next couple of minutes I would just like to share with you what we would believe, according to the statistics and the sales in Guelph, is probably your mid-range neighborhood in Grange Hill. So the house behind me, it's so cute. Just recently updated, but the house that we're actually going to go to is a couple steps ahead of us, and it's a 2-bed, 2-bath, has a walkout basement. This neighborhood was built 45, 50 years ago in the mid-70s, so definitely could use some updating for sure. But homes here, you can get into this neighborhood $750,000 to $800,000. So I'm just going to spin us around, and actually I'll take a few more steps just because of this red pickup beside me, and then I'll do the spin around and you can have a view of this neighborhood and get an idea of what a mid-range neighborhood in East End Guelph would be like. Here we go. Ta-da! So the other cool, interesting thing about a neighborhood like this in East End Guelph is that Grange Hill, East End Guelph, the topography of this neighborhood is indeed a hill, but it is a hill with a plateau. So our neighborhood is just east of Victoria Road, and then we come up and we have a plateau. This neighborhood is on that plateau, and then we have the higher hill. And as we go down the hill onto the other side, out to Guelph Aramasa, that's where our newest and most recent developments are. That's where you're going to find the higher end housing. I'm also a resident of East End Guelph, and I live fairly close to this plateau. And one of the things I really love about living in this neighborhood is how quiet it is here. But more about that later in our pros and cons on East End Guelph. Well, thanks for sticking along, because we've arrived here at our third location in Grange Hill. And as I mentioned in the second area I described with you, the topography of East End Guelph is a plateau and a hill, and then further down. This neighborhood is at the top of the hill. So these homes on this side of the street, because of that topography, they have walkout basements, and that's what makes this area really desirable. So a couple of doors past where I'm walking, behind me, there's currently a home for sale. It's just under 2,000 square feet. It's a 3-bed. It's a 3-bath. It does have a walkout basement, but the basement has not yet been finished, and it's currently priced at around the 1.2 mark. Now, homes along this strip here are also quite larger, because a little further ahead, there's another home for sale, and this one spells luxury. This one is a 5-bed, 5-bath, with that beautiful walkout basement onto the green space, a fully finished basement, and it is currently listed at 1.5. So this would be the higher section of East End Guelph. This is probably where your budget will get you those gorgeous homes, those great views. If you look behind me, you can see the space between the two houses, and you can see that green space that I'm talking about. So here we are, our third area. We've given you 3 different levels. We've got the open, the beginning level out on at Mountford Complex. We had that wonderful bungalow in the middle price range, and this is definitely our higher price range. Homes here are about 15 years old, but development didn't stop in East End Guelph 15 years ago. I mean, homes were built right up until 2002, 2003. So if you continue with that topography, if we go a little bit further east, we're going to have newer homes. They won't always have this width, this space, but we definitely have new development in East End Guelph, and Grange Hill is growing. It's an area where people would love to live in East End Guelph. And what I really want to share with you now, actually, is that hidden gem, that one specific thing that I think makes East End Guelph, Grange Hill, such a spectacular area. So thanks for sticking around to the end of our neighborhood tour of Grange Hill in East End Guelph. Here is the gem I've been teasing you with and promising you throughout the video. This is Peter Mazursky Park. The gem of this park is that it has really wonderful outdoor amenities. As you can see behind me, that fenced-in area is an off-leash dog park. Lots of great reviews from dog owners. You can check them out on Google. As you'll notice, there is a larger area for bigger dogs that will have need larger space. And then there's this smaller area as well. I think everything just depends on the sociability of your dog. But as I was getting ready to film this, a dog owner came and left, and their dog had a great time in the park. Second thing I love about Peter Mazursky Park as a gem are the community gardens. There are about 30 community gardens. Each of them are about the size of 10 by 10. This is the perfect place for you to grow some fruits, some vegetables, flowers, herbs, whatever it is that you would like. And I understand that there are tools that you could use and also great advice. So if you are a first-time gardener or a very seasoned gardener and you move to East End Guelph, you enjoy living in Grange Hill Park, but you want your own garden plot, then this might be an option for you. So we have the off-leash dog park. We have the community gardens, and then directly behind me is the recently updated play center for the kids. So we have gardens, kids, and dogs. This is why Peter Mazursky Park is a great gem in East End Guelph. Well, thank you for sticking around to the end. just remember that if you would like to know more about living in Grange Hill East in East End, Guelph, both Jenna, my partner, and I would be happy to jump on a Zoom call with you and talk about all the great things that this neighborhood has to offer you in Guelph, Ontario.